Alright, well, it's about bloody time I started working on this old project that I haven't touched in a while, mainly due to motivational issues. But this you'll recognize as the 12-volt battery pack that I jerry-rigged together to do some proof of concept testing, which went fairly well. It takes the solar panel a long time to charge this bank of batteries, which means it'll take even longer to charge 12 batteries instead of just 6. But that's all right. We're looking for large capacity that will sort of maintain itself. We're not looking for something that's going to be able to keep up under constant usage. This is mainly just meant for, you know, general usage. Now, why is my soldering iron not turning on? Does it have some sort of, I guess it has some sort of weird perma-off thing when it's been in standby for too long. So we're going to need the soldering iron. We're going to need probably some flux. We're going to need probably some desoldering braid. Sorry, headphone users. The nasty noises in the microphone should be going away in the next hell, I don't know, it could be anywhere between tomorrow and 4 months from now, given the way shipping from China works. But yeah, it'll get better soon. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and increase the temperature of the soldering iron a little bit here. I think I might be potentially pushing the limits of the soldering iron. But we want it to be hotter because this big plate here, or this circuit board here, is an aluminum-backed PCB with huge, or it's not aluminum-backed, but it's got huge swaths of copper all over it for heat dissipation purposes, because it is a high current capability battery balance circuit. So basically, what I'm just trying to do right now is remove the leads that I put on it for the proof of concept testing. So there's the power lead off. And I'm not entirely confident of the charge status of the cells here. So I'm going to want to be exceedingly careful that I don't accidentally short any of these wires, because that could result in some spectacular sparks. Of course, if the cells are dead, then it wouldn't result in anything. Alright, and then this should, I stuck it to the batteries there with some dollar store blue tack, which is leaving lovely residue all over the batteries and the board, but that's alright, we'll just peel that off. I learned about using blue tack for various electronic purposes from Julian Eilert. He was basically using it as a third hand for some of his projects, and it was actually remarkably effective. So we'll have to, well, I'll throw a link to his channel over here if you guys are interested, and assuming that I remember to do so after I upload the video. Just in case I do forget to do it, comment below with a timestamp if I forget, and that way I can go back and put the timestamp up if I forget to do it. Alright, so I'm just going to clean up some of this excess solder now, because I noticed that a couple of these have some really giant blobs of solder built up on them, so I'm just going to kind of try to suck off the excess. See, there's a big blob of solder on that one. And I'm just going to clean this board up for use in the finalized project. Come on. What? Why did you turn off? The heck? Weird. I've never seen that do that before. Did it, like, momentarily lose power or something? Weird. Anyway. So we're just gonna clean up a little bit of this excess solder. Oh, that's really warm. Why would you put your thumb directly on that after? I never claimed I was smart. Alright. Just gotta clean up a little bit more here. I really want to... Oh. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have a quick impromptu lesson on how to fix a jammed soldering desoldering pump. I really want to get a better desoldering pump. This one is, I mean, it gets the job done. I'm not going to lie. It's for what it cost. There was a big chunk of solder that was adhered to the tip of the stainless steel pin there, so I'm just removing that. Then I need to put the spring back on. But yeah, there are better versions of this that have the spring external to the pump. And of course on this one, the threads that connect the main body to the top there are getting a little crufty. So it's almost time for a new desoldering pump. But the one I want is about $30. So I just don't have the budget at the moment to upgrade / replace my desoldering pump. Maybe this Christmas I'll get a nice haul of Christmas money and I'll be able to do some upgrades to my equipment here. Alright, just gonna finish cleaning these up. I don't like running my soldering iron at this temperature, but it's kind of necessary for what I'm doing. I'm just going to completely remove all of the old solder. Maybe. It's going to use up a lot of braid, but I have a lot of braid, so that's not too much of a concern. Oh, it smells like campfire. Interesting. It's just the resin burning off, because it is based on pine sap, so it'll have kind of a pine fiery smell to it. Alright, the next step we have to do, of course, is remove all of these jumpers that I applied previously. No need to be super fancy. Ouch. No need to be super fancy with this. Just need to flow the solder and pull the wires off. And that shouldn't be too much work here. Alright. Oh, and before anybody asks, this is an electronics related incident. I had to remove a large chunk of ice that was developing inside something out in the backyard, and when I flipped it off of the thing that it was accumulating on, I discovered that ice actually has the potential to be quite very sharp, and it slit my thumb pretty deeply. Luckily, ice is apparently like surgically sharp, so the wound was very clean and closed up pretty readily. Didn't bleed too badly, despite how deep it was. So just applied a little Neosporin and Band-Aid, and everything's good. Alright, so that should be... Just gonna flip the extra solder off the tip of the iron there. So that's the soldering part of that project. Now we just need to retrieve the batteries and remove the nickel strips from them. in preparation for putting them in the battery harnesses. Oh, jeez. Oh, that was probably a really loud noise, and it shifted the camera, and... Ugh. Sorry, guys. Alright, so these are just kind of taped on here, and then I'll just pull them off. I was doing this, you know, kind of fancy twist snap thing with them before, but it appears that you can kind of just pull them off. Oh, that's not working too well, so I'll probably have to use the pliers on that one. All right, well, where are my pliers? You'd think I'd have been a little better prepared here. Ah, they're there. My desk is somewhat of an unmitigated disaster at the moment. I really need to organize it and clean it up, but I just haven't bothered yet. Alright, so let's clean these cells up. These are the last of the cells that we need in the project, which I already said, so I don't know why I'm repeating myself, but just sort of rambling on as I work here. And that was completely off shot, but you guys have seen this all once or twice before. Just peeling off the nickel strips, pulling off the goop there, exposing the conductors, you know, same old, same old. There we go. Oh, that's got a very nasty edge on it. Let's make sure that one gets pulled off. There we go. Alright. I'm sure this is really exciting footage, but that's all I got at the moment. I'm sort of running thin on supplies for projects. I know I keep doing these post-bag videos where I've got all these components and such, but I have this weird problem where I've got tons and tons and tons of components, but not enough components for any further project builds. I need to come up with some new projects and some new back to basics stuff. Of course, by the time this video goes out, I might be back to doing back to basics. Depends on my release schedule, which is at the moment somewhat, shall we say, sporadic. That's a good word for it. Alright, so just continuing to pull this apart. Got 3 more to go. Then we'll throw them into the battery containers, and that'll probably be the video. There we go. Oops, that's got some nasty bits. So let's pull those off. Now the next stage of this project is going to have to wait a bit because I need to go get some double-sided Gorilla Tape, because I discovered that the contact adhesive that I bought to attach the battery holders to the back of the solar panel are, well, the contact adhesive just isn't up to the job, so I need something with a little bit more grunt. So I figured I'd invest the money into getting some Gorilla Tape, because that should definitely do the trick. That's actually a really good technique for getting that off. It's too bad it doesn't work on the positive terminal. I don't know, maybe it does. I just haven't tried hard enough. There you go. Let go of my finger. There we go. Yeah, that didn't work at all on the positive lead. I'll just do the normal pulling it off thing. Alright, almost done. Wonder how many people have actually left the video by now. Like, we don't need to sit here and watch him do all 6 batteries. What a waste of time. And scrape that crap off there. Oh no, I said crap, it'll be demonetized. Except that I'm not monetized, so who gives a damn? Alright. Still almost exactly 500 subscribers away from monetization as of this video. Well, as of the time of filming this video. I'll probably have over 500 by the time it goes out. I wonder if I should do something special for the 500th. 500th? I mean, I guess that's technically correct, but it certainly doesn't sound right. Subscriber. That's 500th subscriber. That's correct. That's what I meant. A little scatterbrained today, apparently. Alright. Let's pull all that sticky crap out of the jaws of my pliers. And we just got the one more. That's nasty old tape that's stuck to it, and packaging and gunk. Oops. Oh. I accidentally took off part of the coating there. Apparently not the first time I did that to this particular battery. I may look into recoating this with heat shrink. I don't know if I've got any heat shrink of sufficient diameter though, so I may just wrap it in electrical tape or ignore it. That's probably more likely. I don't think it'll cause any issues once it's in the battery holder. So the only contact that exposed metal would be making would be to a positive contact on another, or negative contact on another battery, which wouldn't matter because in these battery harnesses they're all in parallel anyway. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and just seat these into the existing battery packs. So there's 2, and here's the third. Really solid, solid connection on these. It really grips onto them. And I just noticed that I got the wires reversed on this one. I'll have to flip them around to the other side of the battery box here. But there's the batteries for the solar battery bank project. And of course they're just going to kind of, I'm probably going to line them up like this and put them towards the bottom of the solar panel so that it doesn't get super top heavy. And yeah, oop, what was that? That was a box of resistors. Anyway, so I think that's good enough for this episode. If you haven't already, consider clicking here to subscribe. Right over here is a video that YouTube thinks you'll find interesting. Right here is the solar battery bank playlist. And right here is a link to Patreon, which you can use to help me buy more stuff to build things on the channel. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.